All right, tax deadline is tomorrow, so the pressure is definitely on for you procrastinators still haven't filed your taxes. If you're one of those people waiting until the last minute, financial professional Brian Pearson from American Benefits Exchange is here with some helpful tips, right? You waited until the last minute. What should you do now?
Well, thankfully, you've got one more than 8 because normally the tax deadline, as most people know, is April 15th. But in Washington, D.C., Emancipation Day was celebrated this past Friday. So the gift to all the procrastinators is they can wait until tomorrow, Monday, April 18th.
Right. Okay, so what's the first thing people need to do?
Well, it's actually the IRS will tell you that the 2 most common mistakes are simply tax filers putting in the incorrect Social Security number. So make sure you know your social number, your spouse's children's Social Security numbers are correct, and then also math. Really just simple math. So pull out the old calculator if you have to, and make sure that you get the math correct, because if you don't, if you've got wrong information on there, all you're simply doing is possibly lessening your tax refund, holding up your tax refund, or maybe even flagging yourself for an audit.
You said the A word. All right, so what about people who need to file extensions?
Well, a lot of folks don't realize that the IRS does not frown on you for filing an extension. In fact, they would prefer that you file an extension because it will allow you up to 6 months, I believe October 15th. So hopefully if you're a procrastinator, another 6 months you can get that return filed. But the IRS actually doesn't frown upon that, and that will give you extra time to get everything correct, get it right so that you can submit it. And if you're filing an extension, same as filing your tax return, 11:59 p.m. Tomorrow evening.
Gotcha.
And one other point, very important, a lot of folks don't realize if they owe money by simply filing a tax return does not avoid you having to pay that.
So
even if you're filing an extension, meaning you don't have all the numbers, all the math, everything correct, make your best to go ahead and make that payment, because if you don't, then there can be late fees for that.
Yeah, and then they'll come after you, right?
That's right.
Is there a fee to file an extension?
Well, there's not necessarily a fee to file an extension. I mean, if you obviously go to a tax preparer, an accountant, certainly fees there, but the actual cost to file the paperwork and submit that to the IRS, absolutely not.
And of course, you can do all this online, Brian.
You can. You can go to the IRS website and use Free File to actually file your returns, and then of course you can also e-file, and there will be a little bit of a cost for that based on your annual salary. But quick ways to do that: do it electronically. Also, you can track the progress of your returns electronically, and then also a lot of folks don't realize you can have that tax refund, if you're due one, direct deposited into your bank account. That way it's not going through the mail, possibly sitting in your mailbox.
A few weeks after you file. Actually,
that's right. Very quickly.
One of my many years of doing it, it was not that bad.
And a piece of advice for those that are procrastinators: you know, statistically, the earlier, the sooner that you file your return, the quicker you can get that refund versus the mass amount of returns coming in now is going to kind of create a little bit of a backlog and a little more time to get your refund.
They've got more to do. I mean, it makes sense, right?
Yes.
Brian Pearson, thank you so much.
My pleasure.
And you've done your taxes, right?
No comment.
You'll take your own advice here. Thank you so much. And of course, for more information about the tax deadline, you can visit kview.com.